And class is in session. Good morning, class. Brought to you by the new Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. Look at that. Fantastic Four Horsemen. You got the Thing, the Torch, Big Bad Sue up front, a stripped down Reed Richards. Kind of a metaphor, isn't it? But we're not talking about those sort of political machinations right now. We're in chapter 4 of our AracKnight story. See if maybe instead of just doing 24 pages, maybe we'll get it all the way up to 28 for an even 100-page graphic novel. It can be done. So I was going crazy swimming and last night dreaming about how I wanted to go about this particular story. We've done page 1 and 2 get ready together. We have J. Jonah Jameson going on and on about New York City, Empire City in chaos. We showed Dr. Rose the now destroyed lair where there was a shark going over eat one of the dead bodies of Mayor Osborne's guards, and we saw the lizard pop out. He was setting a trap, so we see the lizard is alive and well, and he just ate a shark. Page 2, we had Spider-Man and Commissioner Stacy having their moment, and I started to realize this scene kind of bugged me a little bit because nothing really happened. They met up real quick, nothing was resolved, so let's get back to this page real quick before we write 3 and 4. Now let's just get right into it. Page 2, cut to the rooftop of police headquarters with Commissioner Stacy. Now stands alone, as he's given all orders and dismissed his men. He's having a smoke while staring out at the fog enveloping the city. Closing in on the commissioner, he puffs out a large cloud, staring at it while it mixes in with the fog. Jameson used to say that Osborne figured out a way to use 4 large aerial drone ships to cycle and filter out all the fog, out of Empire City. To cycle and filter all the fog out of Empire City to rain down upon the scorched nation below. I didn't believe him until now. Dr. O called him a fraud. You know what, son? If we get through the night without too much chaos, I could talk the new mayor into making that a spider signal. When Commissioner Stacy turns around, he sees Spider-Man crouched and poised upon the large floodlight at the rooftop of Police HQ. I've given up on luck, Commissioner. What do you have for me? Close up of the Commissioner looking at Spider-Man suspicious. Our search team went down to the lair you described. It was stripped and destroyed. Oh, so they did get something done. He was telling them there was nothing down there. All right, I thought nothing got done. I forgot. Our search team went down to the lair you described. It was stripped and destroyed. And we found the remains of several of the mayor's personal guard. So you read about this War of Kings. What did you find at Oscorp? Same as you, nothing useful. What about personal? Pardon me? Commissioner Stacy offers Spider-Man one of his cigars from his trench coat pocket. No wisecracks, no quips. You seem off, son. Why the broken skull? You can see through masks now. Well, I once served with a blind ninja who could see through sound. So, he gave me these. Rare and expensive, but I didn't pay for them. So they're good for stress, but I feel guilty for offering. I don't want to start a habit. Santa's his way of saying, look, have a smoke and shut the fuck up. Stop being a little pouty bitch. Close up on Spider-Man shooting a web outward while saying one last thing to the commissioner. No thanks, but perhaps next time a fresh pot. Kind of his way of saying, how about having some fucking tea up here next time? Now, is that good enough for 6 panels? What do we want to do here? I think we can add a 7th panel here, because again, it's just him smoking and staring off the fog. Then again, it's the same panel, but now he's talking to Spider-Man, so we can throw another panel in here. Commissioner Stacy turns around. Spider-Man's crouched on the floodlight. What do you have for me? Close-up of the Commissioner looking at Spider-Man suspicious. Commissioner Stacy offers Spider-Man one of his cigars. Close-up on somebody shooting a web outward while saying one last thing to the Commissioner. You know what? Let's add a panel there. No thanks. Let's add one more panel. The Commissioner finishes his smoke and grins while watching Spider-Man leap off into the moonlight with admiration. Perhaps next time, a fresh pot. So Spider-Man's telling him, hey man, what about next time you make some tea? Yes, I didn't like the way that ended. I needed one more panel in there. Because again, when you don't have a lot of action on a page, you want to try and get a couple more panels in and really get some interesting story or exposition done in the right way. So, let's now move on to page 3. Do we want to give page 3 its own page? Yeah, we'll play with that later. Right now, let's just write. Let's just write, motherfuckers. All right, so let's do some mining. We're going to mine some comic books. Because what I'm trying to figure out here is the idea I had while I was swimming. First, let's move the notes. Lizard can find his way to Mayor Osborn either in this chapter. The idea I had, let's just put it in our notes section here, was originally the idea was to try to set up at the end of this story a Spider-Man Dr. O showdown where they fight. You know, a good fight to the death kind of thing, a James Bond, Dr. No kind of thing. But I wasn't feeling it. You're trying to lead up to this WrestleMania type fight. So I'm like, why don't we get it out now? So I thought, okay, right now, when we left off, Norman Osborn, his office was blown up. We think he might have gotten away. He did or he didn't. We assumed that he got away because we didn't see his dead body. But of course, he was exposed. He's on the run. He's hiding. Spider-Man, of course, has been now led to believe that Norman Osborn ordered the hit on his parents. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We could work it out. So we need to get Spider-Man, or Peter Parker and Norman Osborn into some sort of confrontation where Peter can't kill him because he fucking needs him to help him take down Dr. O. Right? At least that's what I think. That's what I'm feeling like. This story can go to a place where Spider-Man has to uneasily team up with the guy who ordered the hit on his fucking parents. And Norman can reveal why he did it, if he did it. Or maybe the chameleon got out of hand, or maybe the chameleon was a double agent. The chameleon was a double agent. Fact of the matter is, kid, you'll never know who was trying to steal that serum. Everybody wanted it. Governments wanted it. Evil organizations wanted it. Oh my god, I'm loving this. We need to have Peter and Norman in a confrontation. So Norman needs to be in hiding somewhere where Spider-Man will find him. Norman can tell him that Dr. O is lying, that Norman was one of many country reps or from evil organizations that were after the serum. Chameleon was a double agent. Even rumors of being a triple agent. The fact of the matter is, I'm liking this. Fact of the matter is, Peter, there could be a dozen suspects who are responsible for the murder of your parents. You will never have closure. That constant theme of Peter wants to solve his parents' murder. So what I'm thinking what we need right now is, we haven't really opened. Dr. O hasn't laid out any demands. I think I'm going to lead up to that. Maybe Dr. O saying he's taxing everybody of Empire City. He's taxing them all for their money, or he's going to sink the fucking city. Maybe he even sinks a section of the city. We can go that deep. We can get that fucking crazy. We can get that scary. If we want to get really dark, you know? You know, Peter's got to step up. We can have Peter step up now. or we could have Dr. O do his ransom on the city while Peter's swinging around. What I'm thinking is now Peter just left Commissioner Stacy's perch. I was going to have him grab like a fucking drone and talk shit. I was going to have him go to J. Jonah Jameson's. You know what I mean? And use him to call out Dr. O. And then the idea is that we have Peter. I need to get Peter and Dr. O into a fight. I need Dr. O to kick the living shit out of Spider-Man, like to near killing him. So Spider-Man will have to go, get shaped back up, have a confrontation with Uncle Ben real quick, or Uncle Ben could save him. And then he's going to need Norman Osborn. And Norman will tell him that, Hydra, fucking evil countries, Madripoor, everybody was after that serum. Peter's parents were believed to be the closest. A serum that grants an almost immortal healing factor. Natural replenishment of strength and immunity. I don't know if I want to go with the cliche that Norman was dying, that he just wanted it. But we can go with the dying angle, but that's been done so many fucking times. I feel like that's cliche to do the same thing over again. Because they did that in the Andrew Garfield movie, so I don't want to do it again. We need to have a reason why Norman wants that serum other than the typical... It can literally just be the I want to be a fucking superhero. Norman could literally look at Peter and say, is it wrong to believe that any of us wanted to be a super soldier? If not even for selfish reasons? Is it wrong to desire these traits? These gifts from the gods? Who wouldn't do anything for the sword of power you have in your veins? I want a confrontation between Peter and Norman. So we need to find a reason why Peter needs fucking Norman Osborn to beat Dr. Octopus. In order to do that, we have to have Dr. Octopus kick the shit out of Peter. So do we want to have it right up right now? Where Peter can trace the electrical signal? So let's do some mining and see what ideas that we can draw. From Amazing Spider-Man number 86, 1970, where we get the debut of the Black Widow's brand new costume. They did not debut it in the Avengers, they debuted it here in the Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Man was just reeling from his fight with the Kingpin. Remember, the Kingpin is found out a stupid kid was the schemer. And then we have the cheesy old Black Widow outfit that she wore in the old Iron Man days. And then she says, nah, man, this ain't gonna work. I need to change costumes. I could learn the secret of Spider-Man's powers, combine them with my own. This was really just about getting fucking Black Widow or one of those rubs. But we get the pictures for our Black Widow Slave Leia cover. Oh, that's hot. The idea is you take these shots for your artist. Who was she working for? She was working for the Iron Curtain. She helped the Crimson Dynamo. She fought with Iron Man. This is about giving you a little rub for Tales of Suspense. Longtime Marvelites will remember these and the following sequences from many of our older mags. Too numerous to list. The powers of Iron Man. She loved Iron Man and good old Hawkeye, but now she'll get the new outfit. Nick Fury, then an attempt to escape. What happened here? Though we knew our romance was hopeless from the start, fate had turned the two enemies into star-crossed lovers. I'll never forget you, Natasha. In an effort to escape, to lose my heartbreak in the seething whirlpool of adventure, I served the Avengers and the dedicated agents of Nick Fury's shield. Don't try to warn me of danger. I want the assignment. If you say so, lady. How could I have ever known? How could I have suspected that my efforts would contribute to the death of the Red Guardian, the man who had been my own husband? Finally, I could bear the torment no longer. I had to leave, and now she's back. But now I'm living a life of ease and luxury, as the wealthy, pleasure-seeking Madame Natasha is not the answer for me. Oh man, I like this. I've become the leader of the jet set, and I've hated every moment of it. Oh, she's sexy. They drew her hot here. John Romita drew her, or this was this Gil Kane? No, I think this was John Romita. Need the shots for our guy. She's got to design her new costume. He's swinging around the fucking city. Harry Osborn's talking with fucking Gwen. Don't be surprised, dear. I'm sure Peter's all right. We're bound to hear from him soon. Can't beat to see Gwendy upset. He's pissing her off. He's got to go and be Peter and see her and be cool and say, "Hey, dearie, what's going on? I missed you too, Captain Stacy. What's the matter? My fight with the Kingpin. When he came here before looking for you, I knew he was dangerous. I could sense it. That was when he was pretending to be Spider-Man so they could trick Gwen and George Stacy into realizing that he is a photographer. She feels you're keeping something from her. Because he is. He's a dick. These fucking issues always frustrated the shit out of me." All right, let's get a couple more shots of Natasha. This is pretty much... Oh, see, it's funny. I may not be as fan, but this new costume will be more than keeping with the swingy 70s. I like that. Just got to get a couple of Natasha shots from my artists. And we'll probably end up doing another strip poker piece very soon. Good old Natasha Romanoff. She's got the karate. She's hot as a little peach. The idea is we're doing this again. This basically is for our art team. So we're definitely getting something out of this one. J. Jonah. Now, what I'm probably going to get out of this is J. Jonah Jameson. I need Spider-Man to use J. Jonah Jameson in this chapter to attract Dr. O. Dr. O answers and fucks Spider-Man up. Another crummy web slinger and a female to boot. Spider-Man will probably put her up to it and confuse everybody. See, again, he's blaming Spider-Man for everything. We got to get the rest of these shots. These is really... Mining this issue is really mostly about just getting the hot body shots. Natasha, Peter's groggy. He should be banging fucking Natasha, so of course, like an asshole, he goes swinging around the city because it helps him loosen up. Don't go bananas, it's telling me. So I like this. He's going to use Jameson. Not a chance. I'm shucking. He'll pop me with a paperclip. He likes to fuck with Jameson. So we're going to use that here. Of course, we're going to Aunt fucking May, as usual, with her usual bullshit. Black Widow's trying to get Spider-Man's attention. She wants to learn some shit. She wants to fight with him. She wants to fuck with him. They have their little moment together in the sun. She's with the Avengers. She's got the black suit, the Trinity outfit. Right now, the only thing we really get here is, again, we have Spider-Man fucking with Jameson. He doesn't defend himself, the goodies. She wants to fight with him. She wants to tie him up. All right, that's hot. We got to use that. She looks hot. But again, all we're really getting out of this is art to use for our strip poker poster. Perhaps our little Avengers poster. But I'm trying to see what I can use out of this in terms of... She's the Black Widow. Ooh, whatever dangers, I will face them. And if you guess there is a sneaky way of whetting your appetite, the appearance of Black Widow in her own monthly strip. Amazing Tales. So you see, this was all about just getting Natasha the rub. And now she's gone. They literally used this entire issue. This was like, having the jobbing. So again, it was Spider-Man versus Black Widow. You got a nice little matchup at Madison Square Garden. He's all fucked up from the fight with the Kingpin. He can't take it anymore. I think he's got the fucking flu. And I think what ends up happening in the last issue, yes, the next issue, again, I was never a fan of these particular storylines. I got very excited when Jerry Conway came on and became the writer after Stan Lee left. So all we really got out of that issue in terms of mining was Spider-Man confronting Jameson. Now this is the one because he's got the flu and he's all fucked up. In a moment of weakness, he tells everybody he's Spider-Man. Now again, we get the George Stacy stuff that we're working on here. George Stacy's got about 3 or 4 more issues till he's dead. So he's got the flu. So what are we going to do here? What are we doing? Okay. Or should we have, while the two of them are talking, close up on Spider-Man shooting a web outward while saying one last thing to the commissioner? You know what? Let's have some fun here. Let's do this. Let's do this instead. The commissioner finishes his smoke and grins while watching Spider-Man leap off into the moonlight with admiration. He shouldn't talk to the commissioner here. He should make an impulsive move, and that should get his ass kicked. I was gonna have Dr. O do one of those video messages, because he can't seem to focus. I can't seem to focus either. All right, so Spider-Man's left him. We cut to Spider-Man swinging across the city line, the cityscape, as he scans the city, looking for any clue to lead him to Dr. O. Again, we could do some exposition. Spider-Man. The commissioner is a good man. Reminds me a lot of Uncle Ben. But I fear the more I get to know him, the more suspicious, he will be. The commissioner is a good man. Reminds me a lot of Uncle Ben. But I fear the more I get to know him, the more suspicious he will be. As of right now, we are both on the trail of Dr. O. He's got his police force. I've got my spider sense. Let's put this on a new page just so it's less confusing. We can have the space. We cut to Spider-Man swinging across the cityscape as he scans the city looking for any clue to lead him to Dr. O. The commissioner is a good man. Reminds me a lot of Uncle Ben. But I fear the more I get to know him, the more suspicious he will be. As of right now, we are both on the trail of Dr. O. He's got his police force. I've got my spider sense. Together, we've got zilch. It looks like we would have to wait. We would have to wait. It looks like we would have to wait for the villain to make the next move. Looks like we would wait for the villain to make the next move. As if on cue, series of floodlights from several drones flash and splash at Spider-Man so brightly it nearly takes him out of swinging. The floodlight blast is directly on him. SFX of the drones forming and flashing. Do you? SFX. All right. Now we're moving. Now we're moving. Cue the evil piano music. Looks like we would have to wait for the villain to make. Looks like we wait for him, not the villain. Looks like we wait for him to make the next move. Cue the villainous theme music. There it is. Cue the villainous theme music. He just got hit with. He just got blasted with floodlight. Crashing and landing upon a neon soda sign. Spider-Man watches on while Dr. O does another drone broadcast across the sky. So now we want to do Dr. O threatening the people of Empire City. He's got to make his move. Spider-Man says we'd have to wait for him to make the next move. Well, here's the next fucking move. Let's do some mining. Spider-Man's sick. He's looking at his blood. I was never a fan of this because there's such a cop-out. It's a cop-out. He goes to see Dr. Connors. Dr. Connors says, dude, I think you got the fucking flu or you got some crazy radioactive spider shit. He's flipping out. He's got the fucking fever. He's going out fucking crazy. And then what happens is he goes, and because he's feverish, he turns around. He almost robs a liquor store. He's pissed off that he almost did it. He's on camera. He's falling. He's flashing. Then he says, you know what? I'm all fucked up. I got to stop being Spider-Man. This is when he goes at the party. Mary Jane, everybody's dancing. But as usual, Peter's got to fuck it all up. Everybody's having a great fucking time. But this asshole turns around. Gwen's dancing, having some fun. But unfortunately, Peter comes in and says, guys, Spider-Man's done forever. I know that because I'm fucking Spider-Man. They think he's got the flu, so they don't believe him. And even though it was like this, it was such a cheap piece of shit thing done. And then Harry says, look, a long time ago he did that, and they pulled his mask if it happened all the way back in issue number 12. How does Harry even fucking know? He wasn't even around back then. But I hated this issue. This was a cop-out fucking issue. You're supposed to get excited because he finally reveals that he's fucking Spider-Man to Gwen and Jordan. Technically he does, but they don't believe him because he's all fucked up. He's got the flu, and he gets out of the fucking thing, and now he's fine. This fucking story sucked. As I look back at it now as a kid, I didn't like it back then. I don't like it now. It annoys me. It always fucking annoyed me. He needed the Prowler to come and pretend to be him. Oh, this just fucking bothered me. So now he's coming in to say, look, guys, I had the flu. I was all fucked up. Spider-Man's here. You see, me and Spider-Man work together. We have a fucking relationship. Prowler wanted me to be Spider-Man. It worked. Everybody's having a good fucking time except me because I hated this fucking story. It was a fucking cock tease. I never liked it. The only thing we got good out of it was some more of that Gwen Stacy, George Stacy shit, but I always hated that fucking issue. Anyway, so let's keep moving here. Crashing and landing upon a neon soda sign, Spider-Man watches while Dr. O does another drone broadcast across the sky. Dr. O. Citizens of Empire City. By now you are wondering what I have planned for your fate. And I, citizens of Empire City, By now you are wondering what I have planned for your fate. And you have seen that my boasts are not without warrant. So I advise you all to pay attention, as I do not like repetition. So I advise you all to pay attention, as I do not like repetition. As you all know, I am one of the architects of this metropolis. So I know all of its secrets and all of its weaknesses. This utopia, this city in the clouds, this cloud city, as you all know, I am one of the architects of this metropolis, so I know all of its secrets and all of its weaknesses. This utopia, this cloud city, can go crashing back to Earth with the simple press of a button. No, that's stupid, the purpose of a button. This utopia, this cloud city, is but a mere sphere of greed and gluttony, hanging by a thread. There we go. Citizens of Empire City, by now you are wondering what I have planned for your fate, and you have seen that my boasts are not without warrant. So I advise you all to pay attention, as I do not like repetition. As you all know, I am one of the architects of this metropolis, so I know all of its secrets and all of its weaknesses. This utopia, this cloud city, is but a mere sphere of greed and gluttony, hanging by a thread. As I will demonstrate. The view over the holographic images over the city, change to show the grid of Empire City. We see the large grid show various glowing sections representing the hover technology, keeping the city above sea level, above the rising sea level. We see the large grid show various glowing sections representing the hover technology keeping the city above the rising sea level. As you can see, the magnetic plates. As you can see, the magnetic plates that make up the arteries of this city, all held together by nanotechnology. With the simple thrust of my fist, I can remove with a simple thrust of my fist, I can remove an entire army of nanobots and send any neighborhood back to hell. We see on the images a section of the city released from the magnetic plates and power and plummeting down below. An image shown to horrify, the city into submission. It is a shot reminiscent of when the dictator released a portion of the city in Final Fantasy VII, the video game. Of course, I will send the references over. I'll send the YouTube clip so we can see it. I can remove with a simple thrust of my fist, I can remove an entire army of nanobots. I can remove an entire army of nanobots from their purpose and send any neighborhood back to hell. Final Fantasy video. Okay, so Dr. O must threaten again. I originally taxed the city itself. No. I originally taxed the mayor for the sum of 100 billion. That was 20 billion? For the sum of 20 billion. My threats were met with apathy and ignorance. So now that sum has risen, and all citizens of Empire City are responsible. My threats were met with apathy and ignorance, so now that sum has risen, and all citizens of Empire City are responsible for the burden, to the tune of half of all holdings, half of all currency, half of your worth. Let's move these notes to page 5. Moves your notes to page 5. All right. Is it wrong to desire these traits, these gifts from the god? Oh, no, we did this already. These are our notes. Let's get rid of that. All right. Half of all holdings, half of all currency, half of your worth. The image changes to show a giant hand gripping Empire City, almost crushing it, almost crushing the holographic, almost crushing the city into a holographic puff of smoke. The image changes to show a giant hand gripping Empire City, almost crushing the city into a holographic puff of smoke. I like that. SFX of the holographic crushing. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, okay. So let's let Dr. O finish his threat. The countdown. Empire City. You have 48 hours to comply. Empire City. You have 48 hours to comply. Do not fail me again. Unless any of you learn how to fly. Now he wouldn't be doing humor. Empire City, you have 48 hours to comply. Men will be along. My men will be along to collect. Empire City, you have 48 hours to comply. My men will be along to collect. Further instructions will follow. Do not fail me. Unless you learn how to fly. Do not fail me. Unless, of course, any of you know how to fly. Ha 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 ha. Nah, Empire City, you have 48 hours to comply. My men will be along to collect. Further instructions will follow. Do not fail me, unless, of course, any of you know how to fly. All right, good. He's taunting the shit out of him. That's page 3. That was fun. I like that. No. Okay. Unless, of course, any of you know how to fly. Whoosh. Or you can say something like, I am your new god. No, I don't know about that. Empire City, you have 48 hours to comply. My men will be along to collect. Further instructions will follow. Do not fail me. Of course, of course. Unless, of course, any of you know how to fly. All right, so what's going to happen now? He just ransomed the city again. Said, look, I took out the fucking mayor, blew some shit up. And he showed them in the sky with his holograms. He's going to drop a neighborhood out of the sky. Spider-Man sees this. Close up on Spider-Man with the colors, with the images of the crushing city. Burning in his reflection. Close up on Spider-Man with the image of the crushing city burned into his reflection. So what I want to have here now is Spider-Man's he wants to call out Dr. O. He's annoyed. He sees all this. He goes, it's time for me to step up. I want Spider-Man to do something impulsive. He's got to call out Dr. O. How the fuck does he do that? He goes after J. Jonah Jameson. He'll be doing a live broadcast right now. And he'll go to the Daily Bugle and fuck with Jameson, get on camera, call out Dr. O, set up a fight. I mean, they'll set up a fight, and Dr. O beat the shit out of him. So you want it to be like, you want to be excited at first, and be like, all right, man, Spider-Man's stepping the fuck up. The crowd, everybody's going to be watching, and he's going to get his ass kicked. To a point where either Uncle Ben can't get there, or the cops. The cops can come and save the day. I like that. Okay, I like that. Close up on Spider-Man with the image of the crushing city burning into his reflection. Hearing the broadcast, Spider-Man turns his attention to swinging towards the Daily Bugle building. We see J. Jonah Jameson live on the air, ranting and raving about Spider-Man. Spider-Man busts in, or we can show close up. Spider-Man busts in and webs up Jameson. I don't know if I'm going to lay it out like this, but I'm just figuring how I want it to look. Close up on Spider-Man calling out Dr. O. Shot of Jameson hanging from the ceiling as Spider-Man exits. I like that. We could even almost have like Jameson using this rant almost as he's about to announce that he's going to run for mayor. Because the idea is, I don't want Jameson to be a coward. He's an asshole, but he shouldn't be a fucking coward. He should be like a tough guy. There should be a little level of class to him, you know? A little something to him. Let's do some mining. We've got Dr. Rowe back here. Well, it's Dr. Rowe's tentacles. But what sucks here is we know we're going to lose Captain Stacy very soon. They're doing a presentation, even though Dr. Oz is now in the penitentiary. Many miles from here, his amazing mechanical arms are still considered potentially dangerous. So they have his arms on display. Due to a strange atomic accident many years ago, Dr. Ock gained a deadly mental control of his super powerful arms. That is why he imprisoned far away from here, beyond the range of that control. I've got to make a greater effort than I've ever made before. So he's had his mental connection to his arms. So of course they come to life. We need this because we want to figure out how he'll beat the shit out of Spider-Man. It's like they're trying to flee the building. They don't let anything stand in their way. The arms crash out. It's useless. The bullets are bouncing off of it. So Dr. Octopus's arms are mentally connected, and they're going to break Dr. Octopus out of prison. Let's go. We're leading up to Dr. Octopus and Spider-Man fighting, so we need a good idea to have them fight and beat the fuck out of each other. You know, Spider-Man will start to try and tie the arms into tentacles. You have to figure out a way to fight and beat them. They're battering the building across the way. If the overhang falls, it'll crush the crowd below. Ox powers. So Spider-Man is getting beat up. The arms are causing havoc. Goes back to his place real quick. Studies. Gets his... Ooh, the dynamite blonde. I don't even know why she dates him anymore. He's such a piece of shit. He's always broke. He never hangs out with her. Now, this guy, Dr. Warren, every time you see him, it's kind of weird when you see him now because you realize this guy becomes the fucking Jackal. And he's in love with Gwen Stacy and wants to bang Gwen Stacy. And they're hanging. And of course, Dr. Octopus's arms rake him out of prison. Distance can no longer keep Dr. Octopus becoming Dr. Octopus at will. This plane that's flying General Sue to the UN. Oh, what do we have here? A giant 747 prepares to take off at the airport. The Pentagon wants there to be no incidents. What do we have here? Is this John Jameson? They always get, John Jameson and J. Jonah Jameson. It's my duty to keep the American public informed, blast it. Besides, the Puke will make a fortune if I get an exclusive. This is more important than making money. Nobody disturbs the general. Oh, this is when they come to town. This is some of that Doctor Strange shit, right? This is Vietnam. Specially constructed cabin. There are those who would wish us harm. We must not relax our vigilance. Dr. Octopus is heading east. He might as well take the biggest plane of all. Luggage ramp. So he sneaks onto the UN plane. Oh, Jesus Christ. The MPs are here. Pressurized cabin. We need this for the fight. We gotta use gotta show the tentacles. Meet your new co-pilot. This will be my command post until we land. Easy, you guys. The State Department will keep anything to keep you from harm. Dr. Octopus on board this plane. You can't be serious. He wants General Sue. Ooh, General Sue. Mr. Ambassador, I've run into Dr. Octopus before. Oh, this is John Jameson. Colonel Jameson. General Sue, you mustn't be alarmed. Funk. Is the so mighty United States taunted by a common criminal? Ooh, shit. I heard that, Colonel. How about telling him that I may be a criminal? There's nothing common about Dr. Ock. I almost forgot all about this issue in General Sue. It's almost interesting to come back and look at this again. My bonus for protecting the general. If I don't get the money, nobody leaves the plane alive. So Dr. Octopus, how funny is that? We have Dr. Octopus doing a ransom while we're writing Dr. Octopus doing a fucking ransom. He's demanding $10 million. See, isn't it kind of fun? How it all coincides. Any harm comes to Sue, it could trigger over a major war. Ock is still good. Oh, this is Captain Stacy's going to die next issue. It's weird seeing George Stacy. The demonstrators, they don't like Sue. This is all about the Vietnam War. This is 1970 when this comes out. So this is some heavy shit. Dr. Octopus is ransoming off General Sue. Spider-Man's got to get on board and fight Dr. Octopus. Everybody dies. Everybody's here. That means it's just beneath me. I don't get my money. Nobody leaves here alive. So he's going to spray Dr. Octopus in the eye. he's going to have that glass shell over him. So Spider-Man's got to figure out a way to break that glass shell. And he almost use the glass shell to bump Spider-Man. The idea is that glass shell is almost like a ram. So the idea is I want to have a good fight scene I want to write between these two. You cost me $10 million. So now Dr. Octopus wants half of everything from everyone. The plane explodes. We think Dr. Octopus is here, the biggest crime story of the year, the Den of Dr. Ock. How brilliant, insanely brilliant assignment. Nobody can pilot a ship like that without training, without perfect vision. Oh, so Dr. Octopus tries to fly the fucking plane. He's trying to fly the plane. It doesn't work out. The plane crashes. He throws Spider-Man out of the plane. Biggest crime story of the year is impossible. Nobody can cross the field. What about Parker? Why didn't he follow Spider-Man? Kid can't do the impossible. Parker bye. Any kid who chicken out the first sign of trouble. To live again. Dr. Octopus lives. So we're definitely going to be using this because, again, we have Peter and Dr. Octopus fighting. Close up on Spider-Man with the image of the crushing city burning into his reflection. My immaturity is about to lead me to do something impulsive. My immaturity is about to lead me to do something impulsive. But I'm getting real sick and tired. My immaturity is about to lead me to do something impulsive. But I'm getting real sick and tired. Of this mystery man. My immaturity is about to lead me to do something impulsive. But I'm getting real sick and tired of this mystery man nonsense. It was time. It was time to bring the man out from behind the curtain. My immaturity is about to lead me to do something impulsive, but I'm getting real sick and tired of this mystery man nonsense. It was time to bring the man out from behind the curtain. Hearing the broadcast, Spider-Man turns his attention to swinging towards the Daily Bugle building. There we go. And I knew exactly how to do it. So much for avoiding show business. So much for avoiding it. I knew exactly how to do it. Hearing the broadcast, Spider-Man turns his attention to swinging towards the Daily Bugle building. In a shot reminiscent of Superman flying into the Daily Planet. And I knew exactly how to do it. Because with great power, we see J. Jonah Jameson live on the air ranting and inside Now Magazine studio. We see J. Jonah Jameson live on the air ranting and raving about Spider-Man. Because with great power, and we'll have Spider-Man say, comes great personality. JJJ. What just happened? JJJ. One more. JJJ. Okay. Inside Now Magazine studio, we see J. Jonah Jameson live on the air ranting and raving about Spider-Man. And now it's time to really ask ourselves the main question. Why do we never see Spider-Man and Dr. O? Why do we never see Spider-Man and Dr. O at the same time? Comes great personality. And now it's time to really ask ourselves the main question. Why do we never see Spider-Man and Dr. O at the same time? Spider-Man busts in and webs up Jameson. We could do more panels on this because, again, these will be short panels. Close-up shots, web-up shots, that kind of thing. Spider-Man busts in and webs up Jameson. Webs up Jameson in a series of shots and bursts. SFX of the web shooting and bursting. And now it's time to really ask ourselves the main question. Why do we never see Spider-Man and Dr. O at the same time? Is it because... So the idea is he'll... It's because... It's because... We interrupt this broadcast. We interrupt this broadcast for an announcement. We interrupt this broadcast for a very special announcement. Spider-Man busts in and webs up Jameson in a series of shots and bursts. SFX of the webbing and shooting, web shooting and bursting. It's because we interrupt this broadcast for a very special announcement. Close-up. Let's just do a close-up. Close-up on Spider-Man calling out Dr. O, with Jameson hanging webbed up to the wall in the background. Close-up on Spider-Man calling out Dr. O, with Jameson webbed up on the wall, webbed up to the wall in the background. Here we go. Greetings, everyone. This is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And to get the record straight, I don't work for or represent a coward like Dr. O. Greetings, everyone. This is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And to get the record straight, I don't work for or represent a coward like Dr. O. I'm a citizen of Empire City, just like the rest of you. He's trying to step up in this moment. So what I want to have here for the end of this class is to really end it up well with him calling out Dr. O for a fight. Greetings, everyone. This is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And to get the record straight, I don't work for or represent a coward like Dr. O. I'm a citizen of Empire City, just like the rest of you. I need to get this now. Where is my keyboard? There it is. I'm a citizen of Empire City, just like the rest of you. And I'm not interested in waiting around. And I'm not interested in waiting around for some maniac who wants to play demigod. And I'm not interested in waiting around for some maniac who wants to play demigod. So I'm challenging you. So I'm challenging you, Dr. O. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out because I know. I'm calling you out because I know you won't show. No, that's not it. Greetings, everyone. This is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And to get the record straight, I don't work for or represent a coward like Dr. O. I'm a citizen of Empire City, just like the rest of you. And I'm not interested in waiting around for some maniac who wants to play demigod. So I'm challenging you, Dr. O. I'm calling you out because I know for a fact that you're not only a coward, you're a fraud. And the only reason you're trying to blackmail, you're trying to extort this city, I'm calling you out because I know for a fact that you're not only a coward, you're a fraud. And the only reason you're trying to extort this city is because you're broke. You're broken out of options. And the rest of the world rejected you. By all means, if you'd like to prove me wrong and show the city what a big bad you are, then I'll be waiting. And I'll be waiting for you on the top of Oscorp Tower. See, I like this. Greetings, everyone. This is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And to get the record straight, I don't work for or represent a coward like Dr. O. I'm a citizen of Empire City, just like the rest of you. And I'm not interested in waiting around for some maniac who wants to play demigod. So I'm challenging you, Dr. O. I'm calling you out because I know for a fact that not only are you a coward, you're a fraud. And the only reason you're trying to extort this city is because you're broken out of options, and the rest of the world rejected you. But by all means, if you'd like to prove me wrong and show the city what a big bad you are, Then I'll be waiting for you on the top of Oscorp Tower. If you'd like to prove me wrong and show the city what a big bad you are, then I'll be waiting for you on the top of Oscorp Tower. Shot of Jameson hanging from the ceiling as Spider-Man exits. No, hanging against the wall. So you shouldn't show. Shot of Jameson against the wall, Spider-Man exits. Is that what we want to do there? And I'll be waiting for you on the top of Oscorp Tower. Shot of Jameson against the wall as Spider-Man exits. Exits like a badass wrestler. And he'll say, "Dude, what's left of it?" You want to do that? Yeah, okay. Shot of Jameson against the wall, Spider-Man exits like a badass wrestler. Then I'll be waiting for you on the top of Oscorp Tower. What's left of it. Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, pages 3 and 4 today. I think we had some fun, man. We got Spider-Man calling out Dr. O. Now Dr. O is going to show up. Pages 5 and 6, we have a little showdown fight. Dr. O is going to beat the shit out of Spider-Man, leave him for fucking dead, or just really fuck him up in front of the city and the drones watching. Spider-Man, of course, will have to be talked back into a motivation by either Uncle Ben and or Commissioner Stacy. And then, of course, he'll have to find Norman Osborn to get the technology he needs to take out Dr. O, and Norman will reveal that lots of people were after his parents, and that he'll never truly have closure. That he's got to let it go. We keep coming back to that theme that you never get the answers you want. It's the same thing with like Bruce Wayne. He never truly gets the answers to why, other than it was just Joe Chill was a drunken fuck-up and killed his parents one day. We're leading to a little bit of that. We want to have some fun story with this origin story of our AracKnight character. I hope you're enjoying yourself, and if you do, of course, buy a textbook or pledge to the new Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. May fate and faith decide your fortune. And that's it. Peace, love, war, all that shit in between.